Now let us solve the question number 4, which says that the area bounded by the curve y equal to e to the power x and y equal to x e to the power x and y axis. So we have to find out the area bounded by this curve. So first of all, we have to find out the graph of y equal to e to the power x and y equal to x e to the power x. Okay, so I am writing the axis first. Let this be our axis. Okay, I know that the graph y equal to e to the power x looks like this. Okay, this is our 1, this is our 0 1. Okay, if this is equal to 0 1, this is equal to 1 0. Now let us talk about the graph of y equal to x e to the power x. Now if you put the value of x equal to 0, you can find the value of y equal to 0. So this curve must passes through the origin. We don't need to find out anything left belongs to the left side of y axis. Okay, we just need to see the graph which belongs to the right side of y axis. Okay, now if you put y equal to 1, if you put x equal to 1, you will get the value of y equal to e to the power 1. Now if you put x equal to 1 in this graph, you will get the value of y equal to e to the power 1. So this is our height of e to the power 1. Okay, and the coordinate is 1 e to the power 1. And so this graph intersects this graph at this point. Okay, now if we know that if a be any number, okay, and x be a number lies between 0 to 1, and if you multiply a with x, then the value of ax must be less than equal to a. Okay, the value of ax must be less than equal to a. Now observe that this is our y equal to e to the power x, and this is our x e to the power x, and where x lies between 0 to 1. So the height of y in this graph must be lower than the height of y in this graph. So I can say that this graph something looks like this. Okay, and we have to find out the area bounded by this curve and y axis. So we have to find out the area of this portion. Okay, how to find the area of this portion? To find the area of this portion, first of all we need to find the total area. Let this a b c d, we have to find out the total area of a b c d, then we need to subtract the total area by this area. Okay, then we will get our required area. So we are doing this. The area of ABCD is equal to integration 0 to 1 y dx. Okay, so integration 0 to 1, the value of y of this curve is equal to e to the power x dx. So this is nothing but e to the power x, range from 0 to 1. So this is equal to e minus 1. Okay, so value of the total portion of ABCD is equal to 1. The value of area of ABCD is equal to 1. Okay, now we need to find out the area bounded by the curve y equal to x e to the power x and x axis. Okay, and this line also. Okay, so how to find the area of this portion? How to find the area of this portion? We just need to integrate this curve. This is, I am writing this integration 0 to 1 y dx. So this is integration 0 to 1, the value of y is x e to the power x dx. So we need to use by parts to integrate this, right? So this is x e to the power x, range from 0 to 1, minus integration 0 to 1, the derivative of x is equal to 1, so 1 into e to the power x dx. So this is nothing but x e to the power x minus e to the power x, range from 0 to 1. So this is equal to if we put 1 in if we put x equal to 1, we will get e to the power 1 minus e to the power 1, and if we put x equal to 0, we will get 0 plus 1. So this is equal to 1. So the required, therefore the required area is equal to e minus 1 minus 1. So this is e minus 2. Let us see the options. E minus 2, this is our option C, this is our correct option. Okay, that's all about the question number 4. Let us go to question number 5, which says that the set of all solutions of the inequality, that is 1 by 2 to the power x minus 1 greater than 1 by 1 minus 2 to the power x minus 1. So we have to find out the values of x which satisfies this inequation, right? So I am writing this inequation 1 by 2 to the power x minus 1 greater than 1 by 1 minus 2 to the power of x minus 1. Okay, it's a very good question. So to find this, to find the domain of x, what I am doing, I am putting 2 to the power x is equal to y. Okay, if 2 to the power x is equal to y, then the value of x equals to log y, or log 2 base y, right? If 2 to the power x is equal to 1, then the value of x is equal to log 2 base y. Now I am putting the value 2 to the power x equal to y in this inequation. Okay, so 1 by y minus 1 greater than 1 by 1 minus y to the power minus 1, right, by 2, right? So this is equal to 1 by y minus 1 greater than 1 by 1 minus y by 2. So this is equal to 1 by y minus 1 greater than 2 by 2 minus y, right? So this is equal to 1 by y minus 1 minus 1 by 2 by 2 minus y greater than y, right? So this is equal to if I simplify this, this is equal to 0. Just a second. This is equal to 0. Okay, if I simplify this, I will get y minus 1 into 2 minus y is equal to, this is 2 minus y minus 2 into y minus 1. Okay, so this is in denominator y minus 1 and 2 minus y remains as it is. In numerator it will become 2 minus y minus 2y plus 2, so greater than 0. So the denominator remains same, y minus 1 into 2 minus y, and the numerator becomes 4 minus 3y greater than 0. So first then we need to find out the values of y which satisfies this inequation, right? So to find the values of y which satisfies this inequation, we have to find out the critical point. How to find the critical point? We just need to put numerator equal to 0 and denominator equal to 0 and need to find the values of y. So I am putting the numerator 4 minus 3y is equal to 0, and it will imply the value of y equal to 4 by 3. Okay, y minus 1, putting the denominator equal to 0, and 2 minus y is equal to 0, and I will get the value of y is equal to 1, and 2 minus y equal to 0, and we have value of y is equal to 2. Okay, so I am drawing our number line. This is our number line. This is our 0, this is our 1, this is our 2. You can see that the value of 4 by 3 lies between 1 and 2. So this is our 4 by 3. Okay, now you can see that if you choose y from this range, that is minus infinity less than y less than 1. Okay, first of all, and let me consider fy equal to 4 minus 3y by y minus 1 into 2 minus y. Okay, if you choose y from here, you can see that y minus 1, 2 minus y, and 4 and 4 minus 3y all are negatives. Okay, there are 3 negative terms, so minus minus minus, it becomes minus. So if you choose any values from this from which satisfies any values of y which satisfies this, that is minus infinity less than y less than 1, then the value of then fy is less than 0. Now if you choose any value of y which lies between 1 and 4 by 3, that is 1 less than y less than 4 by 3, then you can see that this is y minus 1 becomes positive, 2 minus y remains negative, and 4 minus 3y remains negative. So this is minus minus plus minus minus plus into plus, so fy becomes positive. Okay, fy becomes positive in this range. Okay, so any values of y which lies between 1 and 4 by 3, this satisfies this inequation. Okay, now choose any values of y which lies between 4 by 3 to 2. So 4 by 3 less than y less than 2. You can see that if you choose the values lying between values of y lying between 4 by 3 and 2, you can see that here y minus 1 becomes positive, 2 minus y becomes remains negative, and 4 by 3 minus y or 4 minus 3y becomes positive. You can see that 2 positive and 1 negative, it will become negative. So fy less than 0 in this interval. So any values of y, if you take any values of y lies between this range, will not satisfy our given inequation. Okay, now if you choose any values of y which lies in this interval, that is 2 less y less than infinity. Okay, if you choose any values of y which lies between this interval, you can see that y minus 1 becomes positive, 2 minus y becomes positive, and 4 minus 3y also becomes positive. So this 3 positive implies fy is positive. So values of y in this range satisfies our required inequation or our given inequation, right? So the values of y are 2 infinity union 4 by 3 1 comma 4 by 3, right? So the value of y equal to 2, the y equal to, if I choose, you can see that I choose 2 to the power x is equal to y. So this is 2 to the power x is equal to 2, then the value of x is equal to 1. Okay, and if y is equal to infinity, then x is equal to infinity. Okay, now if y equal to 1, 2 to the power x is equal to 1 equal to 2 to the power 0, then x is equal to 0. And if y is equal to 4 by 3, okay, so y equal to 2 to the power x is equal to 4 by 3, then the value of x is equal to log 2 base 4 by 3. So the range of x which satisfies the given inequation is 0 comma log 2 base 4 by 3 union 1 comma infinity. Okay, this range of x, if you choose any values of x which lie in this range, satisfies our given inequation. So let us see the options. So this is our correct option. Option D is our correct option. Now let us solve the question number 6. It's a very good question and very easy question. The question says that if limit x tends to 0, a e to the power x minus b cos x by x is equal to 5, then the options are given to us that a and b are uniquely determined, b is uniquely determined but not a is uniquely determined but not b, neither a nor b is uniquely determined. So we have to find out the correct option. So I am writing limit x tends to 0, a e to the power x minus b cos x by x is equal to 5. Okay, so you can see that if you put x is equal to 0 in the denominator, you will get is as 0. So this is 0. If you put 0 in place of numerator, you will find e to the power 0 is equal to 1 and cos 0 is equal to 1. So this is nothing but a minus b. Okay, Now as a and b are two real number, a minus b cannot be plus infinite or minus infinite. So a and b must be finite. If a and b are a minus b is not equal to 0, then the limit becomes infinite. You can see that as this is finite value, so I can say that a minus b must be equal to 0. If a minus b non-zero, then the value of this limit becomes infinite. Okay, as the value of this limit is finite, hence I can say that a minus b is equal to 0. So this is our first option, first equation. Okay, this is our equation number 1. Now let us find the limit. You can see that if a minus b equal to 0, so this is nothing but 0 by 0 form. So I can use L'Hospital rule to find out the limit. So I am differentiating the numerator and denominator with respect to x. I will get a e to the power x plus b sine x by 1 is equal to 5. If you put as limit x tends to 0, it will become a plus b into 0 is equal to 5. Then the value of a is equal to 5, and you can put the value of a in the equation number 1 to find the value of b is equal to 5 also. Okay, so the value of a is also 5 and the value of b is also 5. Hence I can say that a and b uniquely determined and option A is our correct option. That's all about the question number 6.